Hi guys, I hope you're well. Obviously, John Mansell, ex-boozehound. Um, Again, I'm doing this vlog from back home. I was meant to do one earlier, but while I was out, but it all got a bit. Well, doesn't matter. Do you like the hair? I'm going for the dragged through the hedge backward look at the moment, and I think I've nailed it. I found somebody who cut my hair brilliant, and it was just perfect when she did it. And she's now moved on. So I don't know. I've got this little fear of going back to the dentist, going back to the hairdressers, and it all going wrong. But anyway, I guess this vlog's a little bit different. I'm hoping it won't go on too long. I will have to put my glasses on at some point, which will obviously make me look very intellectual and sexy at the same time. I think the vlog is going to be called Meditation, the ex-boozehound way. A lot of people, I know I have, and I bet you have as well. You've been told many, many times you need to meditate. You need to do the yoga. You need to do fresh air and walks and all that sort of stuff. And we've ignored them every time. And sometimes we've probably got very close to smacking them around the back of the head for telling us again and again and again that you must do some meditation. And I'm going to explain it the ex-boozehound way. Now, the gurus and the yogis out there will disagree with pretty much every word I say, but I don't really care. It's not as if we would move in the same circles. You don't see many yogas and gurus down spoons in our zone, do you? Meditation, spiritualism. I thought I coined a new phrase yesterday when I was thinking about this, and there's obviously a phrase that's called psychobabble. And you can Google that if you want. I can't be asked to explain it. But what I'm going to be talking about here is spiritual babble. And I don't really understand it fully myself, or at all, if I'm honest. But a couple of years ago, a really special person sort of introduced me to meditation and got me doing it semi-properly, and a bit of yoga, and that was funny. I'm not built for yoga, but I did for a while. I did try to meditate, and I would do 10 minutes in the morning, every morning. I used to do whatever, you have to give thanks to the world and that you're doing this for everybody else and all that sort of stuff. And it was good. You get used to it, but I'm not a patient person, and I'm guessing many of you aren't either. I bumped into somebody the other day, and they were talking about this meditation and stuff like that, and that they couldn't do it. And no, I can't do it. I can't do it the real way, the proper way. But we'll never be. You'll never be able to do it like a yogi or a Buddha or a guru does it, because we just don't have the time, and let's be honest, we can't be arsed. I'm trying not to be potty mouthed in this one, so arsed ain't too bad. So I'm going to put my bins on a second. We're going to look at a definition of the word meditate, okay? And I think there's a bit of an oxymoron in here somewhere. So it says, focus one's mind for a period of time, in silence or with the aid of chanting, for religious or spiritual purposes, or as a method of relaxation. I set aside time every day to write and meditate. Then it also says thinking deeply about something, in brackets. I think there's where the oxymoron is. If you're focusing one's mind for a period of time in silence, how can you also be thinking deeply about something? at the same time. So already, you know, the yogis and the gurus ain't got a clue what they're talking about. I meditate 100 times a day, maybe more. And the person who introduced me to that, if they're watching this now, will be giggling away, well, they'll be saying ridiculous. Well, anyway, so I meditate 100 times a day. If we go back to the definition, sorry about the bins, focus one's mind for a period of time. Well, I'd argue a second or half a second or a quarter of a second is a period of time. And in this busy world, whether you've got mental health issues or whether you haven't got mental health issues, you know, if you can grab a second's worth of peace through very minimal effort, and I do minimal effort because I'm a lazy so-and-so, it can be very, very powerful. So when I say I meditate 100 times a day, I've been to the gym today, half an hour on the treadmill, bit of some weights, bit of bike, some steps, some other stuff as well. I didn't go too mad. And while I'm on the treadmill, there's a sign over the road, and I was going to take a photo of it, but I forgot. I'd obviously got myself too relaxed by meditating and forgot to take it. It's on the side of Wilco's car park building. I'm shaking a bit, I don't know why. It's on the side of car park Wilco's building, and it's a clamping sign. So while I'm on the treadmill, I'm looking at that sign, and I'm blanking everything else out. And there's hundreds of things going around in my mind. Doing this, doing that. Oh, you got to do this, got to do that, got to do that. You know, you lost the plot a little bit last night, which I might talk about in a bit. You know, I'm a bit grumpy, as I've mentioned a number of times, which is why I'm being careful about what I'm doing at the moment, because that's often a precursor to a real dip. But I'm meditating while I'm on the treadmill. I meditate while I'm on the bike. I meditate while I'm doing weights. I'm meditating while I'm stretching. Because what I'm doing is I'm just clearing my mind, and that ain't easy when you got the demons going around you, and it ain't easy in real life when you got, you know, kids and bills, and you go to the shop in the ironing, and you got to pick this up, you got to pick that up. It's very, very hard to get that moment of peace in your mind. So this is very much unlike me, but I'm gonna have to put my glasses on again. I did some notes yesterday because I knew I was going to do this vlog. Yeah, and it says, I called it Meditate the Ex-Boozehound Way, Psychobabble, Spiritual Babble, and I wrote down, yep, he's lost it, 4 exclamation marks, because I think that's what a lot of people are going to be thinking when I'm talking about meditation. I used to meditate 10 minutes in the morning, and the one day, it was amazing, I used to put a candle on, one of them little tea lights, and I sat there and I used to focus on the candle, and the one day I never managed to do it again. Where the candle was is on my TV stand, and there's the TV behind it, and the candle was there, and the whole TV and the TV stand started wobbling and going wavy, and I just felt amazing. And I never managed to get it again. So that might have been true enlightenment at that point. Again, spiritual babble. I then went on to note 100 times a day. Focus one's mind for a period of time. 1 second is a period of time. 1 second of peace and serenity 100 times a day is a game changer. Meditate at gym, focus on the clamping sign at Wilco's wall. I meditate in the morning when I'm rolling my fags. It's just, don't think about anything else, just rolling the cigarettes. I meditate when I'm calming down from a manic period, which I had last night and a couple of nights before. And then I put, yes, to properly meditate, it takes more effort. But to meditate the ex-boozehound way, it's minimal effort and it's easy. And once you can accept that it doesn't have to be 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. You haven't got to shave your head and dress in orange clothes. Although I have got a picture of me with a shaved head in an orange t-shirt when I was on a TV at one point. I'll see if I can find that out actually. So I've actually covered all the notes that I made. 1 second of peace and serenity 100 times a day is a game changer. So when you're thinking about, when people keep saying you need to meditate, you need to do this, you need to do that, right? First of all, try not to punch them, because that doesn't usually go down very well. But second of all, does that make sense? Find your way to do it. It doesn't have to be the ex-boozehound way. It can be lots of different ways. You know, at the end of the day, while I was on the treadmill today, after I was doing a run for a few minutes, and then I do a incline and all that sort of stuff. My heart rate, when I just was watching the heart rate and seeing when it was going down, it took a lot longer, and this is genuine, and you can believe it or not, you know, again, spiritual babble. When I focused on the clamping sign and I focused on my breathing and I cleared my mind for those few seconds, the heart rate definitely dropped quicker. It leveled out quicker when I was doing the exboozehound meditation. You don't have to sit in a room, you don't have to light incense, you don't have to sit in a cross-leg position, and you don't have to go and all that sort of stuff. Did that? Just find your way to find 1 second of peace and serenity. One of the things I've done in the past as well is when my mind is acting up, and you know, perhaps I'm walking down outside and I start knocking every post a couple of times as I'm going along. That's another sign to say that, yep, the madness is coming again. And I'm avoiding all the cracks in the pavements, and I'm doing all that sort of stuff. Yep, the madness is coming again. I actually walk along, sometimes saying it out loud, but that does get some looks. But usually I say it in my head, and I just say nothing. Nothing, 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 and until all I can see is nothing in my head. And there, just grab that 1 second of serenity, 1 second while there's not 1,000 things going on in your mind. You can't see my eyes, can you? It's the lighting, but that's all right, not a problem. Find your way. You don't have to meditate the real way. Yes, I'm sure if you do it properly, I'm sure you get a lot more from it. But let's be honest, how many of us are going to sit around for half an hour going, we ain't going to do it, are we? Well, I ain't going to do it. Although I have promised somebody I will do some proper meditation in the very near future. So last night I really, really did need my ex-boozehound's way of meditating, because I got my arse in my hand about something, and you might have seen it, but I'll read what I said. I think it was only put on Facebook, I can't remember. And I put, since my mental breakdown in 2013, I've had to learn how to live life again. I've learnt many things since 2013. You have to learn from your mistakes and your successes too. Over the last few weeks, I've learnt some things I wish I hadn't. These things will be remembered. And then in hashtag, I'm no one's fool, 4 exclamation marks on my favourite mouse in a helmet by a mouse trap. Never give up. It don't really matter what was going on in my head at the time. I mean, basically, a couple of things that I've learnt over the last few weeks, and it will be remembered. It, I can't even start thinking about it because it makes me angry. It makes me upset, actually. You've got to do your thing, and as you're going along doing your thing, don't let others stop you. Don't let people stand in your way. And to this person's son that got me interested in the spiritual side of things. And one of my sayings at the time was, I used to say to this young lad, in this life there's only one thing that holds you back, and that's you. Don't let you hold you back. Just go for it. There isn't a single thing in this world that you cannot achieve if you give it a go. I'm doing this SUPGAP thing at the moment, service users and providers getting actual progress. I know what I'm trying to do is impossible. I don't care. I've achieved the impossible before, and I'll achieve it again. And along the way, if people want to get in my way, they will regret it. I'm not here to threaten people. This is meant to be about meditation. But yeah, so look, meditation is about, I don't know what it's about. It's about achieving serenity and whatever. You know, focus one's mind for a period of time in silence or with the aid of chanting for religious or spiritual purposes as a method of relaxation. Now, there's people out there that they use booze to relax, they use drugs to relax, they use other things to relax. But sometimes, again, I can only talk from the experiences of somebody with mental health issues, but I'm sure it's the same if you haven't got it. Sometimes your mind is so full of stuff that it's going to drive you insane. So if you can just meditate the exboozehound way, just empty your mind, focus on something else. If you can get that 1 second of peace and serenity 100 times a day, you know, when you're doing your laces up, when you're putting your shoes on, when you're doing the washing up, when you're putting some air in your tires, when you're down the gym, just focus on a point and clear your mind. And it just has to be that 1 second. It may be 2 seconds. You may even move on to 3 seconds. But there's no way in a million years I'm ever going to get 10 minutes of full serenity. And it's not about that anyway, because when you are meditating, you're allowed to get distracted. You just have to make sure that you accept that you're distracted and then just bring yourself back to your centered being. Look at me. Can't believe I'm talking like this, because anyway, look, I'm coming up to 19 minutes and I don't want to bore you. This might have relaxed you that much that you've fallen asleep, so it's worked. SUPGAP, have a look at my website, www.exboozehound.co.uk. It explains what we're trying to do, or what we're going to do. Drop me an email at SUPGAP, SUPGAP, at exboozehound.co.uk. All I need is your name and your postcode. I'll ping you a couple of emails, get you set up as a life experience warrior, and then I'll leave you alone unless you want to get more involved. You will not get spammed. I will not do that. Partly because I hate spam, and partly because I'm a lazy so-and-so and I can't be asked to do it. So have a think about meditating the exboozehound way. I mean, how often am I wrong? I'm not. You know, it's very difficult sometimes to be right all the time. But how often am I wrong? I'm just not. It doesn't happen. Enjoy the good, ride out the bad. Once you find that way to find that second of peace and serenity, it is a real game changer. And to the person who introduced me to meditation and spiritualism, and you know who you are. Thank you. And you know, as I've said to you many times, if you can make a Neanderthal like me a little bit spiritual and a little bit open to these other things, you know, carrying the crystals and grounding when it's in the summer, when it's not too cold, standing on the grass with your feet bare feet, it's amazing. I notice the moon, I notice the beauty of the world, I notice the tweets. I'm going to shut up now because it's getting ridiculous, but you don't have to meditate for 10, 20, 30 minutes. You can meditate for a second, half a second, quarter of a second. You find that little blip, little moment, tiny little moment of peace and serenity, and you can do it, you know, when you clean your teeth, when you're on the bog, when you're washing your car, whatever. You can do it wherever you go. You don't have to sit down in a room with incense, blah, 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 blah. You can do it. And remember, one of the things I've used is nothing, 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 nothing. And what you'll then find is that all you can see is it's a big nothing, and it does work. Yeah, trust me. And the other thing as well is, if you want to centre yourself, and I've said this before, centre myself. Look, at me, I'm so. If you want to centre yourself, you know, refocus yourself, roar like a lion, and for a couple of seconds, and it will bring you back to a different place. So enjoy the good right at the bat. Please share this. Please subscribe to the channel. Please check out SUPGAP on the website. Please email me your name and postcode. Become a life experience warrior. The more people we get involved in SUPGAP, the bigger, the stronger we become, and we become a force of nature that cannot and will not be ignored. We and them working together can make the world and health and social care, or social care and health as I prefer to call it, a better for everybody. And I'm not just talking mentally ill and addicted, I'm talking about physical issues, I'm talking about learning disabilities, I'm talking about carers, I'm talking about friends, family, anything, any illness, anything that you come into contact with, social care and health, or health and social care, and anything, SUPGAP will get involved, and we will make a difference. So I'm going to shut up now because I've gone past 23 minutes, and you probably are asleep by now. So drop us a text or drop us a message just to let me know you got to the end of it, and right at the end of it I'll say a word, and you can prove that you got to the end of it by sending me that word, either on Facebook or Twitter or email or down here somewhere. Enjoy the good right at the bat. I'll catch you soon, and the word is orangutan. See you later. Bye.